Hey y'all, it's What Sold video day. What Sold videos are my favorite kind of video to do and my favorite kind of video to watch, because if you are a reseller or thinking about becoming a reseller, I feel like What Sold videos are the most helpful. I've done a couple of thrift haul videos lately and I have fun doing them, and I think that they can be helpful, but more important than what I'm picking up to resell is what is actually selling. So today I'm going to go over the sales in my resale business from June 16th to June 22nd. I'll share with you the listing, how I titled it, what it sold for, what my profit was, what I paid for it, all that good stuff. And at the end, I'll break down my entire profit. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jenny Shaneyfelt. I am an online clothing reseller. What my business looks like is I go to thrift stores, I find inexpensive but high quality clothes, and I flip them on eBay and Poshmark for a profit. I've been doing it a little over a year. I love sharing. I hope it's helpful. If these videos have been helpful for you, can you do me a favor real quick and hit that like button? When you hit that like button, it tells YouTube that someone out there actually likes my video, so they recommend it to more people. It helps me grow, and I will appreciate you so much for that. If you're not subscribed yet, you may not know subscribing on YouTube is free. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can hit the bell icon, and YouTube will notify you every single time that I release a new video. All right, let's get started. All right, the first sale of this week was this Talbot's women's 2X navy blue tipped cuff sweater, nautical pleated bell sleeves. I didn't know tipped was a thing, a word to describe clothes, but apparently it's how these sleeves have that trim, and sometimes it'll have it around the hem and sometimes it'll have it around the collar. And so from running comps, I saw that a lot of the ones that sold at higher prices used that word. So I used that word too. Maybe it helped it sell, because this is the middle of a really hot July and the sweater sold. It sold in 107 days. I bought it for $2.99. I originally listed it for $29. The buyer sent me an offer for $25. I accepted. That gave me a profit of $18.61. All right, next is Pure Jill, which is a line of J. Jill. I love picking up both J. Jill and Pure Jill. This was just a tank dress, really stretchy, really minimalist. I titled it Pure Jill Stretchy Sleeveless Tank Dress, Women Medium, Slinky, Quiet Luxury Minimalist. I bought this for $3.99. I listed it for $28, and someone paid full price.
Yay!
Which gave me a profit of $19.31, and it sold in 56 days. Next is the brand The Sack. And when I run across this brand in the thrift store, I run the comps quite often, but it usually for me on the pieces that I found have not been worth picking up. But I couldn't find a comp for this exact purse, but I had just seen a What Sold video where the seller was talking about these Y2K style purses, and this really fit the aesthetic. So I did pick it up. It took 99 days to sell, which is not too bad. I've been keeping up with my average days to sell, and right now it's like at 70.6 days. I don't think that's too bad. I titled this Y2K purse, The Sack, Hobo Bag, Turquoise, Indio Leather, Demi Shoulder Bag, Boho. I turned this pocket inside out because I just think when you're buying a used purse, it's nice to see that the lining is clean, because if someone uses a purse like I do, it's got crumbs and gum stuck all in it. So I was proud of this clean lining on this purse, so I wanted to show the potential buyers that. Took up close photos of the stitching, up close photos of some scuffs, because I never want anyone to be surprised. Up close photos of this little skint mark on the strap. Showing off my clean lining again here. Lots of detailed photos. So I paid $4.99 for this. I listed it for $35. I sent someone a $29 offer. They accepted. That gave me a profit of $18.21. Next is Current Air. This is sold at Anthropologie, and this only took 8 days to sell. I took an offer that I really had to think about because I had it priced a good bit higher, but at the end of the day, I made the sale and made a great profit, and I'm glad I accepted the offer. And this looked great on my new mannequin that I'm loving so much. This one was in a recent thrift haul that I did. I titled it Current Air at Anthropologie Cottagecore Dress, Women's Tiered Bird Print Boho. I was showing here that the sleeves are sheer. Showed up close picture of the print. So this one only took 8 days to sell. I bought it for $4.15. Based off of comps, I priced it at $50. The buyer sent an offer of $37, and when I accepted, that gave me a profit of $25.45. Next, this one just caught my eye on the end of a rack in the children's section. I very rarely look in the children's section of the thrift store just because I don't have time and I don't have a lot of knowledge about kids stuff. This was like a stretchy material, and it had the pearl snap buttons. I'll show you up close there. The Western print, the Western cut. So I took the time to look it up, and I was really excited about it. So I did buy it, and it only took 18 days to sell. So this is a brand you're going to want to look out for. It's called Ranch Dressin', not D-R-E-S-S-I-N. They left the I out, and it's not dressing. It's like us people in Alabama would say it, Ranch Dressin'. I titled it Ranch Dressin' Rodeo Shirt, Youth Small, Western, Pearl Snap, Cowgirl, Barrel Racing. And again, just arrived at most of those words in my title based off of what other sold comps had in their title and kind of mishmashed them together. So I paid $3.50 for this. I listed it for $40, and someone paid full price. Yay! That gave me a profit of $28.50. This is one that I picked up strictly because I thought it was beautiful. And I got it. I remember I was driving on my way to the post office. There's this consignment store that I never go in because consignment stores' prices are higher than I want to pay for reselling. But they had an outside sale that day, and it was the end of last year's warm season. So they were having like a sidewalk sale to get rid of their warm weather clothes. So the brand was, let me find the brand tag, Shankara. And I couldn't find a lot about it. So again, I just picked it up based off, it was beautiful. I titled it Spring Button-Up Long Tunic Shirt, Women's Extra Large Watercolor Cotton Artsy Top Blue. So this one was the first sale of the weekend. I do the tiered weekend sale every single weekend. Some things are not on sale. Some things are 10% off. Some are 15, some are 20. So this one happened to be on 15% off, and someone snagged it up at that price. So I listed it at $29. They paid the 15% off, which was $22.09, and that gave me a profit of $13.14. Next is a really plain Lily Pulitzer cotton 3/4 sleeve t-shirt, but it was only 74 cents, and it being Lily Pulitzer, I knew someone would pick it up. I titled it Lily Pulitzer 3/4 sleeve cotton top women's petite large blouse luxury t-shirt. It was listed for 72 days. I paid 74 cents. I listed it for $22. The buyer offered me $15. And because I had not had that much interest in this piece up until that point, I went ahead and accepted it. And that gave me a profit of $11.81. Next is Lauren Ralph Lauren, a good bread and butter brand for me. I sell a lot of it. I think there's another Lauren Ralph Lauren piece today. I titled this one Lauren Ralph Lauren Linen Button Camp Shirt, Women's 1X Floral Button Top Short Sleeve. I paid $3.15 for this. I listed it for $33. Someone snagged it up at the 15% off price on the weekend, which made it $28.05. That gave me a profit of $20.34, and this one took 27 days to sell. Next is Stuart Weitzman. Someone messaged me on these and said, do you think that I can get these by such and such date? And she was going out of town, wanted to take them with her, and I answered it the same way I usually answer that question, is I can definitely get these to the post office first thing in the morning, but then after that it's in the U.S. Postal Service's hands. And that's really all I say, and then I just let them decide from there. And she didn't buy them, and that night I thought about her and I just checked in with her one more time. I just said, hey, I didn't see your order come through, so I just wanted to check with you because I didn't want you to think you had purchased them and the order not have gone through, and I know that you're wanting to get them in a hurry, so no worries if you decided not to get them. I just wanted to touch base or something like that. And she did order them right away after that. So I think it's always nice to check in with them when it's appropriate. I titled these Red Patent Leather Pinup Heels, size 7M, Stuart Weitzman Peep Toe, Pumps Stiletto. I just took the photos from every angle, tried to take close-ups of any little scuffs you can see when there. I always want to make sure that I do take a picture of the soles of the shoes. These were pretty scuffed up on the bottom, but in good condition on the top of the shoe. These took 70 days to sell. I paid $2 for them. I listed them at $45, and I had sent her the offer, which prompted the conversation in the first place, for $36, and that she accepted that. That gave me a profit of $26.80. Next, another Ralph Lauren piece. I titled this one Ralph Lauren Red, White, 3/4 sleeve top, nautical, women extra large, preppy, old money. It's just a real basic, comfy, casual piece. Totally my style, comfy and casual. It only took 6 days to sell. I paid 59 cents for it at a bag sale. I listed it for $22. I sent someone an offer for $17.82. When they accepted, that gave me a profit of $14.59. Next, Chalet et Cece, I guess is how you say that. I like this brand. I like selling it. This was a, I guess you would say, fall piece, selling in the middle of the summer, so that's always interesting to me. I titled this one Chalet et Cece Women 1X Shawl Collar. That's a shawl collar right there if you didn't know. Tunic dress, long sleeve, minimalist, cozy, artsy. It took 104 days to sell. I paid $3.15 for it. I listed it for $36. I sent someone an offer of $27.54. That gave me a profit of $20.08. One more. This one, for y'all are gonna know me as the formal dress lady, and I'm really not that great at formals, but I'm about to mention that formal dress haul again because this one I got that day. So I got 52 formal dresses for $50, and this was on the rack with them, so they threw that in. And actually this was one of the things that caught my eye to go over and look at that section in the first place. So when I got them all home, I decided which ones I was going to keep. Some of them were stained up, and so I threw some of them away. And based off of how many I kept, I just averaged the cost, and so I paid $1.25 per piece. So I paid $1.25 for this piece, and it only took 10 days to sell. Okay, I titled it Hazel Embroidered Denim Jean Jacket, Women's Medium, Fur Trim Beaded Lace, Penny Lane. The collar was removable. Here it is with it. Here it is without it. I took lots of close-up pictures of the detailed beading and lace work. Let's see, what else? I don't even think I've showed you the brand tag yet. Let me show you the brand tag. There it is, Hazel. Okay, so Penny Lane in the title, I went back and forth on, should I use that or should I not use that? Because in my mind, a Penny Lane coat or jacket has the fur trim like this one does, but it's longer. And maybe I should have looked it up to see if it actually qualified as a Penny Lane jacket, but it put me in that mind frame, so I used it. But while we're on that subject, let's look together at a Penny Lane coat, Penny Lane jacket, because I'm kind of curious, like how many other fur trim jackets are selling in the middle of July. Let's look at that together. But first, let me tell you the details on this one. So I listed it at $35. The seller offered me $29.75. Y'all, I mix up numbers like crazy. And I accepted that. That gave me a profit of $23.49. Okay, so if you're new to reselling, you don't know about how to run comps, this will be a good little how-to part of this video. But if you are not new to reselling and you want to dig further into penny lane jackets, let's look at this together. If you want to look at the specific details and see what is actually selling, you can go to your seller hub. Just click sale over here at the top, and then go to research. I'm usually doing this on my phone. It looks a lot different on my computer screen. And then product research. And then I'm going to type in penny lane coat. So I'm going to look at how many penny lane coats are selling right now in the middle of July. And if I want to see all the detailed specifics that it can show me, I have to change this. Right now it's on what's sold in the last 3 years. I have to put it on 90 days or less if I want it to show me all the specifics. So I'm going to put it on 90 days. So this is going to show me over the last 90 days what listings have sold that have penny lane coat in the title. Okay, this is pretty interesting. Over the last 3 months this summer, 193 people have sold penny lane coats. The sell-through rate is 7%. As we get into the colder months, I'm sure that will go up. And the average sold price was $96. Now, penny lane is not a brand. It is describing the style of that jacket. So if you have a coat that has the fur collar, fur trim, then you're probably going to want to throw that in your title. Let's just look through these. I am going to hit this column here so it will sort it from highest price to lowest price. Here's one that sold for $600. Peter Max early 1970s orange faux sheepskin penny lane coat. Now, I just think any of us might run across this in the thrift store. Y'all, I hadn't even looked at these yet. We're seeing these for the first time together. Like, I think a thrift store might price that at $5. If you have it, you might sell yours at $600 too. Okay, here's one, $350. It's Free People, so a little bit more modern. Interesting. $400 in the middle of July. Crazy. Here's one that sold for $300. Let's see. Vintage penny lane leather shearling sheepskin Mongolia fur coat jacket. Again, I don't even think our thrift stores would price this up. I mean, would y'all's in your area? So interesting. Let's look at some more that are more middle of the road. Here's one that sold for $120. Oh, that is cute. Vintage taut penny lane Afghan embroidered brown leather and faux fur. That one went for $120. I'm just gonna pick them at random. Let's see. This is fun. I need to do more of this, like just digging into specific styles or brands. Let's see what this one is. This one sold for $50. Cool. Okay, so that was definitely educational for me. I'm going to keep my eyes out, even in the middle of July, for penny lane coats. And before I get into my profit breakdown, I have your question for you today. So I would love to know, do you do reselling as your part-time job, your full-time job, not a job at all? Is it just a hobby? And if you make money, great. I would love to know how you do it. For me, I guess it's more of like, how would I even describe it? I have several streams of income by design, and more on that later. I may do a video about my work history and how I arrived at this and what I did before this, where I had all my eggs in one basket and that basket started crumbling, and how I decided that I wanted to have a few eggs in a bunch of baskets in case something like that ever happened again. So reselling is part-time because I have all those other things as well, but it is the part-time thing that I put the most time into. So don't put full-time hours into it for sure, but I put a lot of time into it. I need to track 1 week. I'll do that. I'll track 1 week. How much time do I spend? But I'm excited to read through the comments and see how reselling fits into your life. All right, let's go over the profit breakdown for this week of June 16th through the 22nd. So total of 12 sales, 8 were on eBay and 4 were on Poshmark. The total sales plus the shipping that the customer paid was $418.14, but I don't get to keep all that. I have a few things that I have to subtract from that to know what my profit was. First, my fees that I have to pay to Poshmark and eBay. The fees this week were $64.27. 69 cents out of that was for promoted listing. Everything else was not promoted listing. I still have all my stuff promoted at 2%. My shipping cost to ship these items out to the customers was $78.04. And the total that I spent on all these items that sold was $35.50. That brings my profit for this week to $240.33. Okay, that's all for the week. And if you guys haven't noticed, I am behind on recording these videos, so I have one more week's worth of sales to go over with you guys. And so I'm gonna go change shirts so I look a little bit different, and I'm gonna hop back on here and record another one. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.